All right, so welcome. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to go over this book. I'm going to give you a high level overview on what I learned from this book and how you can apply it to your business as a business owner, as an introvert, as a real estate entrepreneur. So, I have a slide presentation and I'm going to go over that slide presentation. Here we go. All right, so Ultimate Sales Machine. This is a book review. This is an excellent book that was brought to you by Chet Holmes. Chet Holmes is the author, and this is a really great book. So, how did I discover this book? I'm going to tell you a quick story on how I discovered this book. I am an advocate. I'm huge on like learning, right? I'm huge on implementation, and I want people to learn. I want you to and one of the best ways you can learn is through a book. If someone takes their time to put what they learned, their expertise, their knowledge, whatever it is, into a book, um, you can almost like I used to have this mentor and this coach, and he said you can like download other people's information, their life stories, their life lessons, because it's in a book. Right. So if somebody takes their time to write a book, that is a excellent tool for you to use in your business. I'm big on books. Books have changed my life. Are what started me down the path of personal growth and personal development. Right. Um, let's move further. I had this. I joined this mastermind one time and I met this guy. His name was Ray, and Ray kind of wanted me to work for him for free. And he kept saying, I don't. He kept saying, I only pay people by commission. I was like, I don't work on commission. I got my own business. I might as well build my own business instead of working for uh, you, right? If I'm going to work on commission or work like a slave, I'd rather do that for my own business. And he kept referencing, he kept saying, the ultimate sales machine, read that, read that, read that. And that was like my first time remembering that I can remember hearing about the book, right? So, one of the things that I do is when I hear about a book more than one time, I put it on my radar, right? So, I'm like, all right, I'm going to download and digest that book. And if it keeps coming up, I go get the book, right? So, it's like a signs to me, right? So, chapter five. So, chapter five, right? I'm looking at the book. Chapter five, Ray kept mentioning chapter five, and I will, in this presentation, right, I will be going over each chapter individually. Next, I have a mentor. His name is Justin, and Justin runs an ad agency, and he also teaches people how to run advertising and run successful advertising businesses. So, Justin came on my podcast, and while I was interviewing him and discussing with him, he mentioned the book again. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get the book and I'm gonna read that book. Now, while reading books, what I like to do is I don't just read through, right? And I don't just read books one time. I go through books several times and I take notes. And I was like, you know what? I keep taking notes. How can I turn that into content as a business owner? I know there are some people out there that will appreciate the notes and my perspective. So I'm going to create content around it, right? That was my objective. And even if people don't, like, this will help me because I'm a huge fan of learning and implementation, right? And one of the best ways to learn is by implementing and demonstrating, right? So there's this concept out called the cone of learning. If you're interested in that, go check out that cone of learning, right? So I'm always teaching so I can help others, but I'm always teaching so I can learn myself too, and I can become a better person. So this is how this concept developed. I was like, I'm going to take my notes and I'm going to show some other people my notes. And then right now, I'm just like, oh, you know what? I'm going to learn more because I'm going to teach and demonstrate this information. So that just came to my mind just now. All right. So the big picture strategy for how to turn your real estate business into a sales machine, right? This was inspired by Chet Holmes, and it's an excellent book. It's a really good book. So this is the overview. We will be going over time management, higher standards and regular training, effective meetings, strategy, and this is strategy versus tactics. So number 4 is strategy versus tactics. Both are important to business. We will be talking about hiring superstars. So this is the chapter that I was telling you about where Ray kept saying, read chapter 5 and talked about like hiring superstars. Um, Ray had the right idea, but I'm a superstar and you have to work on my terms. And like I said, I'd rather work on my own business than someone else's business. Number 6, getting the best buyers. So this is where there's this concept called the Dream 100, and this is where that concept came from. So there are some excellent buyers for your business. You have to go out there and you have to work for their um, you have to work so you can get them as clients and buyers. Number seven, the seven musts of marketing. So chapter seven was that chapter was the most that chapter had the most information in it, right? That chapter was expensive, and it just confirmed even more what I say about marketing, how important marketing is to your business. So that chapter is like super extensive. Marketing is also my favorite subject, and marketing I just love doing and being involved in marketing. I absolutely love marketing, and it's changed my life and it changed my business since. Number eight, the eyes have it. This is an important chapter on the importance of visuals, right, and presentation. So one of the things that you'll see me do is I try to, whenever the opportunity presents itself, I know my material, but I always like to include slides and pictures and visuals so people can learn better, right? We learn a little bit better when we have visuals. So this chapter goes into that in so much detail. And then getting the best buyers. So I mentioned chapter six, like getting the best buyers, but that part is so important that they dedicated Chet Holmes dedicated an entire chapter to getting your best buyers, which is called the Dream 100. Uh, Number 10, sales skills. This is the importance of, right, you do marketing, but marketing is not sales, right? So marketing gets people in the door, but sales is like, all right, let's close this deal. Let's get things moving. Number 11, follow up and client bonding skills. Follow up is so important that I wrote an entire book on the subject itself. So um, they wrote an entire chapter on follow up. Like my book, the remarketing book. If you're interested in that, visit remarketingbook.com. I've realized that a lot of people fail to follow up. Customers and prospects are going to say no 8 times before they decide to do business with you. And a lot of us drop off after one no. Right. So it's important that we follow up. That's probably one of the most important things that you can do in your business is make sure you follow up. You can probably double your business right now by just following up with people that say no. And people are on average, they will say no 8 times. So just keep that in mind. And then number 12, this is all systems go. This is how you tie everything together. This chapter goes into the importance of understanding, believing in yourself, and they even talk about affirmation. So this is a high level overview of the ultimate sales machine for real estate. We will be going over this in more detail in the next video. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the inside.